Say what I want like I'm Taylor. My kind of white like Taylor. Sweat. Yeah.
We're back. Elajas Rats here into Tupac gives major props to Mike Tyson in an unseen interview. Okay, so Mike Tyson was coming up in his prime and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Mike a little older now and whatnot, but Tupac and Mike, they was coming up around the same time, different industries and stuff like that. So shout out to Pizzy showing that love. I don't know what he was saying though. We gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Apparently it's major props. Major props. You know what I'm saying? Too Pizzy. I think I say it's an everyday reaction. They used to say I look like Tupac. That was pre-beard. Now I got a full beard now. And I have less hair. So, maybe now people will say it again because I actually recently cut my hair. Y'all can't see it. It's under this do-rag, you know what I'm saying? But no cap, we outside getting down and dirty. In case y'all don't know how we get down here at the Elajas React stage, let me go ahead and let me inform you. I'm gonna always do that. I'm gonna inform you on things you don't know, that you need to be informed on. So if I don't like the video, I think it's boring, I don't like the interview, I think he's talking a bunch of nonsense, it gets him out to the Bible, stupid. I'm trying to let you know. But if I like that thing, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do. Let it glitch. Let it glitch. Outside, expeditiously getting down dirty. I'm trying to show you. Let's get into it. No speed, no gas, no brakes, no stopping. I give us the work to special.
Out of city, we don't really have like every time we have somebody, like we had Tyson. Tyson was a perfect out of city hero because he represented us because he was always on the edge. They always wanted to make him a different type of person, and he would never be that. He would always be on the edge. And they hated that. And I felt like they punished him because he never legitimized himself. He hung in clubs. He was the only person I know that had millions that hung around with rappers. The only black person I know that made it to that millionaire status and that treated rappers with some kind of dignity without being like 1, 2, 1, 2, oh. That's what every entertainment person that's black, that has money, that's every way they look at rappers, just like white people do. They look at us like ignorant people with mics, holding out jocks, with Kangos and big gold chains. Mike Tyson was the...
But I will say though, right? Tupac spitting right now. Tupac spitting off the dribble. He's spitting right now. I just hope. Well, I got man. Sorry. So here's the only reason why I would have commented on something you said before, but I just want to make this clear. Okay, I understand it's not my video. It's Tupac Facts video. Man, them got the Facebook.com thing. I just don't want nothing to happen later on, whatever. So I'm gonna just, I guess, cover my trails. It's not my video, you know what I'm saying? Tupac's video, but Tupac Facts video. But then there's also not Tupac's Facts video. It's not his interview. This is an MTV interview. So hopefully he don't do no crazy stuff. But there's some people that do crazy stuff. They don't even be their footage. They be throwing they watermark on some footage and then think that it's their footage. And then now they want to try to throw like little copyright stuff. It's like, yo, bro, it's not even your footage, fam. Like, you're bugging. But anyway, but now Tupac is definitely spitting right now, though. He's spitting but I will say though, he's spitting on two different sides of the coin, right? So I didn't know that Mike Tyson was one of the only people that actually show rappers like genuine love on some stuff and not treat them like slave monkeys that rap. But still, I will say that a lot of rappers come with. Here's the thing, right? The excuse of rappers is always that they have to do that for their image. Right, but if everyone does change what the imagery of a rapper is, then you'd be forced to change what that is. If that makes sense. Like the concept of what it is just that everyone, majority of people don't want to be different in their approach and come off as different and look different. And so if you're a rapper and you're not wearing the chains and you're not swagged out, then people are just automatically gonna assume you got no money. But that's okay. Like, what's the point of you showing off that you have money? A lot of times they don't be having the money. It'd be advanced money that they're spending on the image to try to help them get more money. But the image is only really going to work for so long if it's not backed up by true reality. You know what I'm saying? Perception is wealth, but if that reality don't match up to the image, then you live in above your means and down bad. You don't want to do that, right? So I'm not saying that it justifies how people look at rappers, but that's what they look at themselves as, and they also portray that they can't be anything else more than that. Like, let's really go back to when J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake were really popping, right? Drake got chains and jewelry, and they all got chains and jewelry, right? But at the end of the day, do you really see them pop out with all their chains and jewelry? Like, even Drake has chains and jewelry. When I say he doesn't, but that's not the imagery that you attach to Drake. I think Drake just has all that chains and jewelry and stuff like that just because the man has dummy money. Like, Drake got dummy money. You know what I'm saying? Drake got dummy money. So, you do different things with dummy money. But J. Cole, the man, bro, one of the best rappers in the world right now, and you don't see him flexing things. K. Dot, one of the best rappers in the world right now, living, and you don't see him flexing things. You feel me? So we don't have to be in that type of. We was in a different time period in rap. So I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's like rappers kind of do it to themselves.
With mics, holding out jocks, with Kangos and big gold chains. Mike Tyson was the only person I can remember being a millionaire, just being like a real brother. And that was our hero, and I want to be like that. And I want more like that. It's like we don't have nobody that's up there to help pull us up. Everybody's struggling to get up there so we can pull somebody up. But once somebody get up there, they all leave the ropes. And we just need somebody to be up there. And a lot of more of us can come up if we just get one greedy person to throw the rope back over. So some more people can come. But they all get up there. As soon as they get up there, there's this welcoming committee, the big society. They all tell them, okay, the first thing you do now that you're up here is cut the rope and get away from the wall. So they all act like they can't see us, but we are here. And if they bring their tired, greedy behinds back to the wall and look over, they'll see us and throw the rope back over and let us get up. That's all I want.
I think black people spinning though. People really do be spinning. I ain't gonna lie. Black people do be doing that. Black people they talk about wanting to get back to the community and stuff like that, and then they get into they get into that larger level, and it doesn't necessarily happen like that after they get to that that status and wealth they were trying to accrue and whatnot. However, I will also say that like I said, there be two sides of the coin. I'm also big on you can't take everybody with you. Like you can't take everybody with you. You cannot bless everybody. I think that's something that people out there have to really realize that are genuine and giving and kind and caring. I'm all those things. So like when you are all those things, you do actually try to. People that maybe look at the other side where there was a person that got to millionaire status as black that tried to get their friends to come up with them at the time, but then now by the time they reach the other side of the fence, and they tried to help you earlier, and you didn't necessarily want the help or you weren't working hard enough. Why would they just give that handout if they had to work 10 times as hard as you and then just give you the handout? So that's also what I'm saying too. It's like in this world, right? You work as hard for what you will gain in life, and even if the things you're working for are not doesn't necessarily require you doing a lot of work, it still requires some level of effort, right? I think a lot of people do want handouts. You feel me? Like I think sometimes Tupac, the way he talks, he kind of makes it seem like you're the rich. You shouldn't be that rich. You should give some of that money up. You shouldn't be that rich. But at the same time, it's like if people work hard for the things that they've accrued in life and gained in life, they should not feel obligated to give to underrepresented community. They shouldn't feel obligated to. They should want to, for sure. I'm not saying they should not do it or they should not want to, but at the end of the day, you feel me? Like you can't blame somebody with what they do after they put in a certain amount of hard work and effort, and then expect that they should go and grasp people up. Because me personally, I've several times tried to bring people along the path of what I'm doing because they make it seem like they want it, right? I guarantee you, if by the time I really cross over that fence, there gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be like, yo, why don't you take me with you? When I definitely tried to take some people with me, and then I realized, man, you can't do that. You can't bring everybody with you. Everybody not meant to go in your path on your yellow brick road. You feel me? So I like the discourse that Tupac be bringing up though, for a fact. Like he be talking hard, but I think there's always two sides to things he be saying sometimes. I think he be making it seem like the rich shouldn't be rich. They should give back. And everybody who's in a certain position, they should bring other people up. And which is certain things you should do for a fact, but then at the same time, it's like you give somebody too big of a handout, they won't appreciate it, and then it'll eventually it'll dissipate anyway because they wasn't ready for that blessing. But
they'll see us and throw the rope back over and let us get up. That's all I want. Because look at those words. Role model. Both of those are fake words. Role playing and role model on me to limit them. That would limit me. Because when I say I don't want to be a role model, it's that I say I don't want to be a role model in the song because when I say I want to be a role model, that would limit me. And when I let somebody put the label role model on me, it limits me. Because look at those words. Role model. Both of those are fake words. Role playing and just to model. You know what I'm saying? That's fake. I'm real. Being real, I drink. You know what I'm saying? I hang out, I party, I do things that 21-year-olds do. And even worse because I didn't have a childhood. I'm reliving my childhood. I live.
I ain't gonna lie, 21? Fam do not look 21 here. I'm gonna keep it $150. Fam do not look 21 here, bro.
Life to its fullest. I make mistakes, but I do things that some college kids wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Because I live from my heart. I just had fun. So it's like, I don't want to be a role model. I just want to be real. I stay cold. I set goals, take control, drink out my own bottle. I'm not a lush or crazy like that, but I mean, I'm responsible. I handle my own business, you know, and I mind my own business, and I do my own thing. That's how it is. And if anybody can learn from that, they should. If anybody gets inspired from that, they should. Anybody got any advice on how I should change, they should keep it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that.
Now that's a mood though. I relate to that heavily. You feel me? Like, you know, you just gotta mind your business. Mind your business, stay out the way, do what you have to do, but do it away from everybody else. You understand? Word. You don't want to be out there, but not to say that Tupac wasn't out there in them streets, and he wasn't out there, you know, with the face card and stuff like that, and you know, working and living like how he living. But at the same time, you know, that's what he said he be doing though. He be out the way. You know, that's really the way I like to live. You know, you really got to be out the way, just accomplish some goals, let people watch what you're doing without being in their face all the time. You could be in their face, you know, but at the same time, don't be in their face all the time. Mind your business and do what you got to do. You feel me? Like, that's how, you know, my man's from New York for real. I understand he be jacking the West Side, but you know, that's really how New Yorkers get down though. You mind your business. There can be somebody in the train cart getting smacked up by their homie, right? I'm not saying random person. I'm saying they getting smacked up by their homie, right? Everyone else on the train cart, we probably gonna watch or we gonna ignore it like it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? We got people doing front flips on the train pole. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Showtime. We in our phones acting like we don't even hear or see them. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business, boy. I ain't gonna.
Got any advice on how I should change? They should keep it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. I think that people, not only the rich people have responsibility to give, but the not so rich, because poor to me is without nothing. Like when people say, oh, I was poor, I seem like everybody black has the right to be poor now. That's not true. Poor is not just for black folks. I think that rich black people need to give to poor white folks. You know what I'm saying? And poor Korean people, whatever. It's not like a color, and this is for real. It's not a color thing, because what's real bad, I mean, I'm gonna answer your question, but to me, what's real bad is kids that don't get presents on Christmas. I think adults shouldn't get presents till the kids get all the presents. Because ain't that what it's supposed to be about? Even when you do turn 13 and you know there's no Santa Claus, it's still just for those years when you thought it was. That made life that much more better. And
I ain't gonna lie. Well, I don't even know if I'm gonna make sure my kid know that Santa not real. But I think sometimes be like, damn, I might just tell my kid off the dribble, like, yeah, this man not real, boy. I bought that, stupid. Me, I wrapped it. You know what I'm saying? After they get the excitement out, we'll do whatever. But it's like, yo, fan, that was me, stupid. Santa ain't got this bread. Santa ain't do nothing. Like, imagine you bought all these presents. You did what you had to do to make your kid happy, and then Santa get the praise. Santa. I don't even got a chimney in my crib. Like my family crib. Why did I believe Santa was outside bringing me presents? At the same time, Santa's a trespasser because he coming in your crib, eating your cookies, giving you presents. That sound like a felony to me. That's all I'm saying. But
these days, like in the rhyme, it says, we grew up BC, before crack, you and me. We grew up way before all this crazy stuff happened with the AKs and AIDS and all of that. Imagine a rough Christmas with all of that and no Christmas. All of this that we got to go through for 365 days a year, and there's no Christmas. Because we know Christmas is relief day. So all of this with no relief day. That's hard. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of stress. That makes you go crazy. So I hope I kind of forgot the question.
You're saying these people, there's an unevenness. There's wealthy people they should be helping.
Okay, yeah. So to make it even, it's like, okay, if you got $50, you can give somebody $5. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's been times I gave somebody, these little kids that was at the gas station. It impressed me that them little kids is like 14 and they pumping people's gas. Instead of like taking the money, like I would think. That's the easy way. They pumping people's gas. And you know, people is cruel. They'll give you a quarter. After watching you inhale vapors and everything, they'll give you a quarter for pumping gas. And I gave them little kids like $50. They was like, thank you. But that teaches them the worst. That teaches them that when you work hard and being responsible, there's a reward for that. And I think that just like I did that, corporations can do that. And on a big level, just, you know, imagine if a corporation just sent a representative and said, just go hang out in that playground. And when you tell them you see the one, whatever kid is the coolest and shares the ball or lets the most people play the basketball, we're going to give them a scholarship. You know how many things, because then that would bring hope. You know what I'm saying? There's no hope. And it's not going to be too many more Christmases without hope. You know what I'm saying? Not to make it just about Christmas, it's not going to be too many more days without hope. Because if there's hopelessness, there's revolution. And there's change. And if there's change, somebody's going to end up on the bottom. And that doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to be a we on bottom, you on top thing all the time. It could be.
I see those changes. Oh, let's see the racist faces. I know the song. Only God can judge me, only God.
End up on the bottom. And that doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to be a we on bottom, you on top thing all the time. It could be just a let's spread this.
When there's hopelessness, there's that, or when there's hope, there's that.
I think that when there's hopelessness, people revolt. Because it's like there's nothing that's like, it's like we're going, is America going to help us ever? Because we know for a long time they haven't. Are they ever? And it's like all these things are showing us no. And there's somebody going, no, they're not going to help you. No, they're not going to help you. And then, of course, we seeing, no, they're not helping us.
Everybody needs a little help on the way to relying on yourself.
Yeah.
What about that line?
Because this world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme. Everybody back off. Everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. If you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme. Push. Step, crush.
Nah, that's a fact, though. I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of what is projected. Like, even in, like, if I would take it to the sports world a little bit, like, the very few people want to be the point guard. Everyone wants to be the scoring guard, wants to be the person that scores all the points, wants to be the person that's heralded the biggest and the biggest, baddest person, and you're in the history books for doing this, that, and the third. So a lot of people don't want to, fade to irrelevance, right? But it's also, you can also be relevant for giving. Like, look at Mr. Beast. That man relevant for just giving to people and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people do need to get some level of help to be able to be relying on themselves. Like, if you have like supportive parents, they support you on the way in life to where you're eventually become independent and not be on under they nuts and they crib and stuff like that. I think everyone do need a little bit of assistance on the way to being self-reliant. But they don't necessarily teach that type of stuff.
You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like nobody ever stopped. Just I feel like instead of us just being like slavery's bad, slavery's down, bad whitey. All right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, we've been slighted and we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres and a mule, because we passed that. But we need help. For us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help. Because we have been here, we have been a good friend. If you want to make it a relationship type thing, we have been there, and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels, and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. Everybody need a little something, and to be independent. No independent person just grew up and was born independent. You worked and you learned teamwork and you learned cooperation and unity and struggle, and then you became independent. And we have to teach that and instill that. And why is it that they want to do that? If this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids. If there's a white person who got money, then you need to help them. He need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it needs to be real. And it need to be before we all die, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money.
I appreciate even that he's saying, like, we got to get to everybody. Not just black people need love. Everybody. White people living in trailer parks. Asians living on the bridges. You know what I'm saying? Let's get everybody to support. That's a good message. Sometimes I do be feeling like he talks specifically to black people, which is not bad. The man is black. But I think that's also good, though. Like, on some, like, it don't matter if you're black or white. You know what I'm saying? MJ.
We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish. When God punishes you. Because I feel like, it's too much money here. Nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson should have.
All right, see, I was wondering if I seen part of this interview already. I think that's the back half. I didn't see this front half, but I seen that back half though. And that's the part of the statement that I didn't agree with. That was Tupac speaking on Mike Tyson. Apparently, Mike Tyson was that goth for people at his age. I didn't know that. Mike Tyson definitely got to be like in his 60s, and I didn't realize. I know the man was old, but damn, not old, but older. My bad. I don't want no smoke, Mike. My bad, Mikey. I don't want no smoke. But shout out to Tupac. He's doing his thing. He's spreading positive messages and just making you open your brain. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even if you don't agree with the things he's saying, he's making you open your brain. And that's, at the end of the day, something that can lead to another thought that can open the way you think and interact with others and interact with your community and things of that nature. Like, just sometimes just takes somebody to just provide another perspective to you on a way of thinking, and then you do what you want with that. Feel me? But shout out to Too Pizzy. Cause me, Mr. 3 Pac, that's what they used to call me on Snapchat. I'm always let y'all know that. Mr. 3 Pac, Mr. 3 Pac. I gotta get a review on Too Pizzy. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you how I get down with it. Feel me? I'm stupid. I'm outside. Getting down and dirty, that's what it is. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Elajas Reacts. Make sure you go to subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bells every time we drop a new damn video. Make sure you follow Taylor Elajas on Instagram and Amazfy for more funny and satirical content as well as food-based content. Okay, you can go on Amazfy, check out Taylor Elajas, and you can check me out. I'm saying a bunch of food, places to try out in your area, things to do in your area, outside of your area, in the United States, outside the United States. Go ahead and check it out. Tap it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Taylor Elajas, and you're watching Elajas.
Big Reaper and I'm back for the killing. When I get on the track, say what I'm actually feeling. I'm a murder baby, you my next victim, maybe.